everyone, and welcome back to Liberty Defense's channel. Previously, you had gotten to know our guest and CEO, Director Bill Frayne here, but now we wanted to dive deeper into the company itself. Bill, how are you doing? Are you ready to dive in?
Yeah, great, Michael. Doing good. Thank you.
Good, good. It's glad to have you on. So can
Yeah.
you just, in like, say like 3 to 5 sentences, like an elevator ride, break down what it is the company does for people?
Yeah, so we are building a security and detection system company with multiple platforms and multiple technologies. And it's based on contactless, high throughput capability to scan for any type of threat or material at any place that people would gather. So at stadiums, places of worship, facilities, buildings. So really anywhere that people are going to gather, we're going to have a system that would be able to be a high throughput, contactless security apparatus system.
Okay. So I'm getting into it there. When you say high throughput, is this what really separates you guys from technology that currently exists where you have slow moving lines of individuals kind of going through? Just give us kind of like a visual.
Yeah, that is one of them, Michael. But so having that high throughput capability is important. But secondarily, is the ability to detect anything. So metals, non-metallics. That's really what separates us from, I'll say, those metal detectors that are out there today.
Yeah.
So we're providing a greater sense of security in our application.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So it isn't just metals you guys are detecting, and that's pretty unique though, isn't it? That's not something that's currently on the market. No competitors in that space.
Especially not in the high throughput capability.
Yeah.
So it's a very similar technology that is used at the airports today, the body scanners, when you put your hands up. So it's like that technology. So it's safe and it's contactless, but it's at the high throughput capability. So we'll be able to detect plastic explosives, liquids, money, drugs, anything that might be an anomaly that's on a person that shouldn't be there.
Wow. Okay. So you had mentioned before all the places this device could fit in. Is there any teasers you can give for places that you're working with currently?
Yeah, so we have lined up about 6 to 8 really good beta sites for us.
Mhm.
We're looking at universities. There is a temple that's based in Atlanta that is, one of the largest tourist attractions in the state of Georgia that would be looking to put a system there. We're at NFL stadiums,
Wow.
Toronto Convention Center, and Toronto Airport. We're also very interested in using this. The state of Utah, the public school systems there. So we've got quite a variety. Port of Tampa, so there's quite a few that we're looking at right now, and one university that would be a potential for us to go into. So we're about 6 to 9 months away from having that capability, but there is a lot of interest.
Good, good. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a product that schools could use. I mean, U.S. schools have been under, I don't want to say a lot of fire, but you know what I mean. There's always so many threats coming in and out of schools, and I don't even know what's going to happen now that COVID's coming out. People have been kind of pent up, and I'm sure there's a lot of issues with a lot of kids nowadays. So having something like this in place could really assist in the transition back into schools.
Absolutely. And you've seen what's happened recently, right? With the gun violence and, at
There's tons of it. Yeah.
department stores, the
Yeah.
massage parlors, convenience stores. So, and you're absolutely right. People haven't been, kids haven't been going back to school because of COVID. So, we haven't seen much there with which is a good thing, right? But yeah, it's a concern certainly. And, we talk to a lot of the school systems, and they're going to be upgrading their plans for security when we come into the fall.
Wonderful, wonderful. Do you want to dive any deeper into Hexwave itself?
Well, just the thing with Hexwave is that again, it is as we move out of COVID, right, it is contactless, so that's very key. So it's going to have a high detection rate, very low false alarm rate. So you don't have to touch the people that are coming through, whether it's at a concert or a sporting event or even the schools. So that's the good thing. And again, it's going to keep people moving, but it's going to keep people moving safely.
Wonderful. Can you go into any more detail on what you got planned for Q2 so far?
Yeah, so right now we're in, a lot of testing and building up the algorithm. It's a smart system.
Mhm.
So, we're teaching the algorithm, not only to detect certain types of guns and explosives, but also to look at things that you don't want to divest, like a wallet and keys and your cell phone.
Mm.
So those are some of the things that, you'll be able to walk through and keep those in your pockets or in your jacket. So,
Nice.
that's what we'll be doing over the next, I'd say 3 months, and, really getting the system ready for, the beta and getting it into a customer's hands.
Wonderful. I think that's really interesting. You guys are working it from both angles here, as in the people who are going through it aren't as like if you go through a metal detector, you have to take all of your cell phone and your stuff out of your pockets and worry about all that. This is actually a lot more convenient as well as safer for people.
It is more convenient, and just bringing that up, Michael, that it's very flexible. So it's two side panels that can be put in different configurations. So you might be able to put one in front of you, one on the side. So you can have it in an S configuration, and it's portable. So it's on wheels. It's Wi-Fi based. You can have an operator in a different room. So yeah, it's very convenient. And the ConOps are going to be different at a school, at a stadium. It can be used indoor and outdoor. So, you can have it as like a pre, kind of a warning system, if you like. So it's got a lot of different configurations and ConOps for the security operators.
Wonderful. Yeah, it really sounds like you're working on the technology of the future, Bill. Is there
It
anything
is,
else,
yes.
anything else you want to share before we hop off today?
Yeah, no, the last thing is that, we announced, about a month or two ago that we won an award with through the Bird Foundation, which is, I'll say a combination of U.S. Israeli companies, and partnering with a company called Detection in Israel for that next generation technology, and we'll be using the Hexwave. So we're really looking forward to it. It's about a 12 to 18-month program for us. It's a $1 million grant, and it's through the Department of Homeland Security and through the Bird Foundation. So it's going to be a significant play for us going forward. And, just talk about next generation. This will be a next generation type technology.
Oh yeah, for sure. I imagine this is something that's going to be developed one way or another, right? So it's good to
Right.
be right in the muck of it. And Bill, thank you for coming on and sharing your wisdom on it and the insight, giving people a good overview of the product and what you guys are up to. If anyone has any questions about it, please send them over to us. We'll be happy to answer them. And Bill, have a wonderful day.
Great. Thanks, Michael. You too.